I constructed this scenario for the 3 days based on the formula that was given to us by Mike Long. How do you discover it? How do you discover what's first? How do you discover what you can do? Update Wednesday. It's Update Wednesday here where I am, but it's Update Thursday where our guest today is Lawrence Brock. He's in Auckland, New Zealand. And in Auckland, it's Thursday while it's Wednesday here, but the purpose is still the same. It's to update you and make sure that you've got a concise notation on what it is that we're doing right now and what it is that's going to be due very shortly. As you remember, Bonnie put the brakes on and said, let's let everybody catch up. So we're not going to be adding anything to our update for right now, but we are going to recap it. So Lawrence, welcome to Update Wednesday. And why don't you recap for everybody, what are the 3 things that we're getting done right now?
Thanks, LH. The first thing, which I can proudly say I've completed, is doing our introductions. So this is it's going to really help us to get to know each other a little better and what makes us tick. The second thing is the 5 conversations. So this is a little task, very simple, 1 question. Would you tell me a little bit about yourself? Tell me your story, but I want you to start at the beginning. I want you to start by saying, I was born in, and we'll see where we go from there. So there's 5 of those, and the objective of that exercise is to find out what makes people unique. And then thirdly, we are selecting each a chapter from one of the books, and we need to prepare for teaching it. No more than 6 or 8 minutes.
It's that simple. Those are the 3 things, and we're going to add nothing more to it. Now, yesterday, I had a conversation with Dave Shore, and Dave wanted to recap what was going to go on in the 3 days. He said he may have missed a little something along the way. Possibly it didn't all click. I thought we would review that today very quickly in rapid fire. What's going to go on in the 3 days when we get together in Tiburon. Now, what I want you to understand first, Lawrence, is that I constructed this scenario for the 3 days based on the formula that was given to us by Mike Long. You remember him from the Reinventors, Mike Long. And Mike Long had said to us, this is the way that you commercialize and monetize solutions. And he said it's 3 steps.
Remind me, what are those 3 steps again?
Well, okay. Step number 1 in Mike Long's formula was find a problem that's giving people fits. Find a problem, find a challenge, find an obstacle that really bothers, that somebody wants cured, and once cured, really, not just hopefully, but really cured. It's going to be all about how do you discover what it is that's giving people fits, and how do you discover
and one of the things I'll be very interested in, LH, is understanding the difference between problems and opportunities, because I suspect there may be in that 3-step process that it may be important to understand whether to work with a problem or an opportunity first.
Yeah, good point. And absolutely, you're not going to ever hear, you'll find out just one thing. When you do it, you get a tsunami of things, but you sort through those and you figure out where are you going to start. And we're going to talk about how you select that also as a part of day number 1. But day number 1 is about discovery. How do you discover it? How do you discover what's first? How do you discover what you can do? And how do you do that with somebody really giving you, opening all the doors, unlocking all the drawers, giving you all the information that you need in order to find out that it's something that's giving them fits. Now, day number 2, solve it. This is the big challenge. And Lawrence does a lot of work in the software industry, and I always use them as an example. Probably I shouldn't, because they feel talked to, and they're sensitive people and they don't care for it. But the reason I talk about it is so much of software is all about deciding that something gives somebody a fit, and then creating something and then selling it to them and scaling it. But a lot of times it doesn't do what we want it to do. When Mike Long said solve it, he meant solve it. Solve it. It is done. It's fixed. It's right. It's complete. Solve it. And that's day number 2. Now that's where the each one teach one comes in, where you're picking the topics, because where are we looking for our solutions to the things that are giving people fits? We're looking
for what in what the customer has told us, or what the person we're working with has already exposed to us,
and looking into the hundreds of pages and the learning points in all of the podcasts for those things that are
Right.
solutions. So you're going to be making a presentation. You're going to be teaching other people those. I'm going to be recapping. It's day number 2. It's the day where we look at what kinds of things exist right now in our database that really solve problems. And then day number 3, scale it. Day number 3 is scale it. And what does that mean? That means that we are going to talk about how do we now take this and turn it into an activity with economic reality. In other words, a roadmap that takes you from where you are to where it is that you need to go. So that's going to be day number 3. Scale it. How do we take this and make this into something with an economic reality? It's a big ask. Now, again, Lawrence, as you know, and other people have asked this question, Dave asked it yesterday, what about an agenda? And I say, I am, and others are helping me outline this with great specificity. But the fact of the matter is, that's a work in progress. If you have thoughts to add, I'm looking forward to hearing them when you and I have our one-on-ones. That'll be a great time for it. Otherwise, it will all be there, and you can count on it when you come to Tiburon that it's going to be very specific, very individual modules, and we are going to base them all on all of the information that I get in all these one-on-ones, knowing you, because every answer, every roadmap is going to be different. And that's why we're, with common elements, but why we're going to have to make it very specific to each person that's attending. So there we are. 3 days built on a very simple formula. If you want to be in the solutions business, you got to find things that give people fits. You've got to solve it. And then you bring in the team and you scale it. Thanks a lot for being here.